Hey, it's Sheila from Sweetie's Creations and Decor. Let's take this box. I painted it in a seafoam green by Afraid Not paint. And I got these little doll heads for legs. We're going to put those on the bottom. I put a little bit of our Type Bond glue, a little bit of hot glue on the legs. We're just going to put them in each corner. I didn't worry about painting the bottom right now. And I got this box from Target. And I can't remember what was on it, but I painted over it. The legs on. We're going to put it to the side so that it can get a good dry before we turn it over. I'm going to make some little things to go on our little box. So I got this flower pot. I went ahead and it was painted in the green as well. I decided to go ahead and put this linen acrylic paint on top. So we're going to give it a coat of that. Let's give it a good dry. Put a little extra on the top and inside. And we'll dry that up. Now I'm taking some sandpaper and just going around and just sand it a little bit off here and there to make it have a more weathered look. And now I'm taking a printable that I printed online. I believe this may have come from the Graphics Fairy. Has the little nest and some little birds. And I'm just going to cut some of that off. We have 2 sheets of that, 2 or 3 sheets that I printed off. And then we're going to take our water pen and we're going to go ahead and tear the edge of our bird. Just keep tearing it till you get it where you want. And now we're going to put a little Mod Podge on there with a little sponge. This is a little part of a car wash sponge. That's what I like to use for decoupaging. It's quick, simple, and you can throw them away. You don't have to worry about washing a foam brush. I'm just going to take my sandwich bag and rub that in really well. Now I took a little sand, set my sander and sanded one place, and now I'm drying it up. And then I took a little bit of my vintage photo oxide and put it around the edges. And now let's cut a little piece of styrofoam. And we'll put that in our flower pot. Put a little glue on the bottom. That'll help it glue in. And now let's add some moss. And don't put a lot of glue because you want it to where you'll be able to put your florals in there. So, you know, either no glue or just a little bit on the sides, but not to where it would mess with putting in your flower stems because they won't stick in if there's too much glue. This little bird was heavy and I had to push him down just a little bit, get him to stick. And now I've got some florals that I'm just cutting some off and sticking those behind it. Just any of your leftover florals that you have, or if you have some little small ones, just put those in there, add a little color. Okay, I've got that fixed. Now let's do this jar. And I'm just going to take some of the Waverly paint in plaster and just go all the way around the jar. I did clean it up with some alcohol wipes first. And sometimes you need 2 coats, just kind of eye it and see if you need another coat. And I didn't worry about it being perfect on there because it is going to look more of a vintage, shabby look. Dry it up. Then I'm going to touch up the top just a little bit. Dry that up. And now I'm going to take a printable and put on the jar as well. So we have this little rabbit printable that one of my friends online did. She has a whole set of them. I can't remember exactly. It might have been my Home of All Seasons. I can't remember now. And I'm just tearing it to where I want it. We're going to take a little bit of this archival brown and put it around the edges. And then we'll put a little Mod Podge on again with our sponge. And we're going to take our sandwich bag. And on a jar, sometimes it doesn't lay exactly correct. Sometimes it will be a little wrinkled, and that's okay. Sorry the Mod Podge is in the way. I'm just going to use the sandwich bag and rub that down. And you can put one on the other side if you like. That's cute. We'll put a little bit more Mod Podge on it. A little bit more of our ink around the edge to give it a vintage antique look. There's different printables that you can put on there, and some of them you can just find online. Just do a search in Pinterest and usually can find some. And now I've got a little carrot I got from the dollar store, and I'm just putting a little ink on it to make it look a little bit more antiqued. I'm going to put a little greenery in the top. We're going to glue that on our jar. Okay, we're going to get our box back and we're going to decorate our box. So we're going to put some jars in here. I love the ball jars painted up, so we're going to put a couple of those. These are a couple I already had. You can, of course, do all kinds of colors, some light colors for spring. Put our bird in there. Got a bird on this side in that flower pot. I did not glue it down so that I can show you how you can change it for different ways. Now, the small one in the middle looks a little short, so we're going to take a block and just put a little extra block in there to give it a little bit more height. And then you've got a little white bird there. You can put your bunny in there for Easter. You can put a little bird's nest in there. Or you could put another bird just like that. And you can change out your birds, of course, how you like those. And then you've got a cute little box. You could also add some transfers to the sides if you wanted to decorate that up a little bit. Thank you for watching. Share, follow, spread.